Welcome to our updated video series on the path to Nibbana. This is part 5, and today we'll be discussing about the mind and the body with the emphasis on the body. So our mission is to attain Nibbana, and what that means is training our mind to see things as they truly are. And we talked about the 4 stages. And step 1 of this journey is to be the best person you can be. We talked about that in a previous video. And the next step was train our mind to be the best tool it can be. Now, the rest of the series, we will follow this pattern, which is we will share a concept and then we will share one method or two of how to observe your mind and your body and confirm that the concept we discussed is true. And then it's a matter of repeating it until your mind gets trained in the new way of looking at the world. So these are a few concepts that we will be talking about in this video. So the first concept is that we are made out of 2 parts, which is we have a mind and we have a body. So today we are going to focus on the body. And if you really pause for a moment, you'll realize that our body is an autonomous thing and we really don't have much control over it. Let's see what that means. Basically, our body needs 3 things to survive. We need to breathe, which is we need oxygen, and then we need water, and finally, we need food. All 3 come from Mother Nature. Then our body is influenced by 5 things, and these are called Niyama Dharma in Buddhism. What are they? Well, the body is influenced by the genes and then by the environment. Now, it's not just the seasons, it's the whole environment. And then there is this concept of cause and effect. And the best way that we can think about it is if you ate a whole bunch of hamburgers, you obviously are going to become obese. So that's a very simplified way of understanding the concept of cause and effect. But that's basically it. Because of something else happens. And that is how the body functions. Also, there is a natural cycle to our body. When we are born, we are small and then we grow and become adults, then we get older, we become sick, and finally we die. So this is a natural cycle that is present. And finally, our own mind has influence in our body. So in Buddhism, as I said, they are called Niyama Dharma, and they are said Bija, Utu Niyama, Chitta Niyama, Kamma Niyama, and Dhamma Niyama. Okay, this is the next concept. If you really look at your body, what do you see? You see solid parts in your body. Then we know that we have a lot of water in our body or liquid. Obviously, we breathe, so we have air in our body. And then we have energy. So, solid, liquid, air, energy. And the Pali words are Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. But as I said in our first video, I personally find it a lot easier to meditate and contemplate using words that are familiar. So I personally use the words solid, liquid, air, energy. You can use whatever it is that's comfortable for you. Now, we learned that our body is made out of these 4 elements. And if you look at someone else, a friend's body, you will realize that they too have the same 4 elements. And next, if you look at a tree, you will also see that the tree also has the same 4 elements, but the proportions will be different. Same goes for anything else like a chair or any other inanimate object that was made using stuff from Mother Nature. And therefore, the whole earth and the universe is also made up of the same 4 elements. So whether it's my body, your body, trees, inanimate objects, and the earth are all made out of the same 4 elements. We talked about this in our previous video, so I'm going to quickly recap this, which is the relationship between the mind and the body. It's very similar to a robot. So if you look at a robot, it's got a camera. So there is data coming in from the so-called eye. And then there'll be some kind of a hearing device, which will give you data from sound. And then the computer processor will get this data, analyze it, and according to a certain algorithm, will set up a set of actions. And if you look at this robot, it'll move forward, looking at these things that look like legs. So if we look at our own body, we too have 5 sense organs. And in the Buddhist philosophy, the mind is also considered a sense organ, but we'll talk about that in our next video. So for this one, let's just focus on these 5, which is the eye will see light, ears will see sound, hear sound, nose for smell, tongue for taste, and skin for touch and other related senses. So these sense organs, which are part of the body, will get data from the outside and send it through the body into the mind. And the mind is the one that finally interprets the data and then create new thoughts and actions, which will be sent to the body, and the body will help to carry them out. So that is the interaction between the mind and the body. So to summarize, we learned 4 main concepts. What are they? That we have a mind and a body, and that our body is made out of 4 elements. And in fact, the whole universe is made out of the same 4 elements, whether you think of someone else's body, a tree, an inanimate object, or the earth. And we learned how the mind and the body interact with each other. So now we have learned a few concepts. Now it's a matter of getting your mind to observe your mind and the body and confirm for yourself that what we learned is accurate. Because if it is accurate, then we need to keep repeating it until the mind learns this new concept. So let's go through the method of observation. Before we do that, I want you to look at your mind for a moment. So please close your eyes and just with your mind eye, say your name. When you say your name, what do you see? You will see one solid object and you will perceive that it does not change. So this is our starting point. But we know for a fact that our body and the mind are two separate things and that they have a method of interacting with each other. And that's what we have to now train our mind to see. So, how do we do that? Well, there are many techniques. This is one of them. So, at the beginning, you sit comfortably, be in a safe place, make sure that all the urgent tasks are done so that you can relax. As I mentioned before, traditionally, you pay homage to Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha and recite the 5 precepts. And then I personally take a deep breath, let it out slowly, and tell my mind to put aside all the worries and stresses of the day. And also the things to do list I carry in my mind. And then I give myself permission to focus on this for whatever the length of time you are planning to meditate. When you meditate, remember we have to first get our mind, which is probably like a stormy ocean, to feel a little bit calmer. Now, practically speaking, some days it'll be very calm and other days it won't be, but try to get it calm. So these are the 2 techniques I personally use to calm my mind. And you don't have to do it for long, maybe a couple of minutes each. So you start with the compassion meditation. And if you look back, there is one video on that. So you have compassion towards starting with your brain, face, so on and so forth. And then you have compassion towards the world. But remember, I said, please do not use the word my brain, my body, my chest, so on and so forth. Use the word the brain, the face, the neck, the chest, so on and so forth. And you will understand the reason much later, but just for now, do not use the word my. And after you've done, like, had compassion towards yourself, your mind, and the world, I usually do it about 3 times. And then I shift over to the breath meditation. Again, not too long, just enough to calm your mind, which will be a couple of minutes. Next comes the part that you are going to add, because what we are trying to do is add different so-called modules to this meditation technique. So in this one, now that your mind is calm, with your mind eye, you start looking in a methodical way at different parts of your body. Start with the brain, the face, the neck, the chest, the abdomen, the upper limbs. Sometimes it's easier to look at the right arm and then the left, and finally the lower limbs. As you are with your mind eye looking at whatever the area, let's say you are looking at the brain, you observe, you do not just say it mechanically, you actually observe with your mind eye, are there solid components? Are there liquid components? Is there air? And of course, we know from science, there is energy. So you confirm that, and then you shift your mind eye to your face area and you repeat that again. Solids, are there solids there? Liquid, air, energy. Next, you come down to the neck, look for these 4 elements, confirm, and then go down to the chest. then to the abdomen, then the right arm, right leg, left leg. You check and confirm that there are solid components, liquid components, air, and energy. And then kind of do a sweep and confirm, wow, the whole body is in fact made out of these 4 elements. Once you've done that, you think of someone else. Initially, think of a friend, not a very close relative, but a friend. And then look at their body with your mind eye and check their brain and confirm that they too, each part of them is also made out of the same 4 elements. So that's the second part. And then you look at a tree outside again with your mind eye and very slowly see, are you seeing solid elements, liquid elements, air, and energy? As I said, the proportions are going to be different for different things. Think of a chair and then look at the whole world around you and confirm that they too are made out of the same 4 elements. So, every day in your meditation, just start in the same, follow the same ritual and confirm that this is what we are seeing. And the more you repeat, the more your mind will start accepting this and realizing that the whole world and everything around us is made out of these 4 elements. So to recap, you start by observing the 5 precepts. Next, you do a few minutes of meditation to calm your mind. Next, with that calm mind, you look like a scientist. Now, you are not repeating it. This is not a chant at this time. You are actually looking to confirm. And you confirm that in fact, whether it's your body, someone else's body, a tree, an inanimate object, and the whole world is made out of the same 4 elements. Now, my goal is, as we go through each video, we will share a concept and keep adding modules to this meditation we started. So we'll be building that as you learn additional concepts. But for now, I just want your mind to start training and showing your mind the fact that our body and everyone else's body is made out of the same 4 elements. So please continue to practice that. Again, just a quick reminder to stay humble so that you can keep learning, help and nurture each other. We would love if you join our mailing list. You can do that by clicking the link below. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. And more importantly, please share this with like-minded friends. And you have free links to most of the books that help me at this website. So the next video, part 6, is going to be a little longer and we'll talk about how the mind works. Thank you so much for listening and hope to see you soon.